Morning. We are Sunday, March 31st, 2024. I'm Larissa. My video diary. And the time has come to drink from skulls. Happy Easter. It's Easter. Happy Easter. Happy Chocolate Bunny Day. I got Omar Cadbury eggs. They're so gross. They had miniature ones. At the grocery store. So I got those ones. So I was telling them, Cadbury eggs, the big ones, they gross me out. Oh, they're so gross. They're so sweet. Oh, that center, that sugar gooey center, it's so gross. He loves them. The only other person I have known that loves them is my Auntie, my mom. May she rest in peace. I hope she does. She loved them. She always had them at Easter. A little girl. She had this little basket that sat on her kitchen table. She's the only one that ate them. And there's, the fake Easter grass in there, and then she'd have her Cadbury eggs sitting in there. So one Easter, "Oh, Grandma, what are these?" And my mom comes, she goes, "You won't like it." And my grandma says, she says, "Bite your tongue." She said, "They're delicious." I said, "Oh." I said, "What are they?" She said, "They're Cadbury eggs." She said, "They're chocolate on the outside, and then they're sweet and creamy on the inside." I'm like, "Oh." My mom says, "You're not going to like it." And my grandma's like, "You can try one." Mom says, "You're not going to like it. I promise you, you're not going to like them. Grandma's the only one who likes them." So I have this egg, and I in this foil, and I unwrap it, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, my mom's like, she's like angry. she's like, "You're not gonna don't eat it. You're not." She said, "You're not gonna finish it. You're not gonna like it." And my grandma's like, "Oh, they're my favorite." I'm like, what's going on here, right? So I take a bite of it, and I have it in my mouth. I remember it like sitting in my mouth, and the chocolate was okay, but like the inside, it's like sitting in my mouth. And I'm like, my mom's like, "I told you you weren't gonna like it." She's like, "Nobody likes them." So I swallowed it, and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't think I like it, Grandma. You can have the rest." My grandma, she took it, she put it in her mouth, and she's like, "Hum." I'm like, tastes like diabetes. Oh my God. The Cadbury cream eggs. Ugh, they're so gross. Omar loves them. So I got small ones, because I'm like, oh, it won't be quite as gross as the big ones. Ugh. So I got my Posca made. It's at the gallery. I made it at the gallery. It was like performance art. Performance art. I baked bread at the gallery while the bakery next door was closed. Go figure. Bakery closed on Easter. Bakery closed on a holiday. Bakery closed. It closed all month. I don't know. I had a woman come in the other day. She's like, "Is there a bakery at this address?" I'm like, "Well, the whole building's this address." I'm like, "It's right next door." I said, "The vegan bakery?" "Right next door." She's like, "When are they open?" I said, "Never." She's like, I said, "They're only open on Saturdays." And I said, "They haven't been open at all this month." I said, "But it's all on a little sign on their window. You can read it." Is there a bakery at this address? I'm like, "Nope." But I have bread. It is not plant-based. No, it is not. Eggs and butter and milk Yeah, it's really good. Yes, I made a bunch of mini loaves. I have one's kind of big loaf, and then a bunch of little loaves. And the big loaf, we got a little crispy on the outside. We'll cut that. That's the one we'll cut. So this is like what I did last year. So I had one bigger loaf that I cut, and then I had little loaves. And you can come in and you have a piece, or you got a loaf. When they're gone, they're gone. So if you don't get a loaf, you'll probably get a piece. There aren't that many people that come around, but I think I gave them all away last year. I might have had like one loaf left or something like that. Oh. Anyway, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. I have like nine or 10 little loaves and one big loaf, something like that. Something like that. Anyway, yeah. So I thawed sausages last night for Omar. We'll take those in, the sausages and some eggs, the hard-boiled eggs, and have our Easter Easter breakfast at the gallery, Easter brunch at the gallery. Um, mhm. And we're gonna go have Ethiopian food for Easter dinner. No, I didn't feel like doing the big Easter dinner. I have some pierogies in the freezer. I could have made them. We'll save them for another time. I made them at Christmas. They're still in there frozen. And one last bag of, I think I have like 12 in there. We'll save them for some other time. I'm gonna have Ethiopian food because I found this Ethiopian restaurant a couple weeks back. I got my machine fixed so I could finish my jackets for Lent. And the food was really good. I love Ethiopian food. I love it. 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 I didn't realize that there was a game this afternoon early. So we're going to miss most of the game because we're going to go have dinner. Yeah. See the beginning of the game. We'll see it. We'll see the beginning of the game. Yeah. So yesterday, nobody showed up for the clothing swap. Nobody even asked about it. I didn't even take the stuff out. Oh well. Whatever. Whatever. Yeah. But had a bunch of people through. I have to talk about the artworks. And there's one young woman that came in who likes to paint. She was asking all kinds of questions about the paintings. She's like, "It says I have to use palette knife." I'm like, she's like, "I don't know how to do that." She said, "I only use brushes." She's like, "Is it hard to use a palette knife?" And it's funny because I think it's easier to use a palette knife than it is brushes, but some people think using a palette knife is hard, and it really just comes down to like your technique and your style and your vision and the way you work and everything. But whatever. I'm like, "Oh, do you paint?" She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "I've been taking classes for like 10 years." I'm like, "Oh, okay." But, recreation classes. And she was asking all these questions about the paint. I was telling her about the paint. I was telling her about the pigments and stuff. And she's like, "Oh, she had no idea." I'm like, "Yeah, this is a very old traditional way of painting." And she was like, "Oh my God." She's like, "How do you know this?" I'm like, "Well, it's the difference between academic study of art and recreation study of art." She's like, "Oh my God." Mm. Her boyfriend was like, "Do you want to go study art now?" She's like, "Maybe." No. She was like, she was into it. But I showed her the catalog because we were talking about. She's like, "Can I have this?" I'm like, "Oh, they're for sale. They're $95. You can't have it." "Can I have this?" "No, you can have it if you pay for it." Yeah. I said, "Well, you can have a magazine." So you can take a magazine. So she took a magazine. Oh. Oh. And I now have at least one person who is going to rep my art and try to sell it. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. See how it goes. Yeah. I saw these dogs yesterday. Oh my goodness, the dogs. These two little dogs, these two little miniature poodles. Ebby and Miso. Oh my God. And Miso's just like, she just can't contain herself. She comes in and she like runs in circles. She's so excited. And her daddy, Kurt's like, she's like, she starts pulling me to block down the street. They both start running. But Misa, she's like running on a treadmill. She's like running in place. And she's like, and it almost sounds like she's giggling and she gets all silly. And usually she runs circles around me so that her sister can't come get close to me or anything. Yesterday, she let Abby get up real close, and Abby was like, oh, and I was giving her pets, and she's like, oh, the puppies, they're babies, they're not puppies, but they are babies, yeah. And I saw Vinny, and Vinny cracks me up. Vinny lays down in front of the door because his mummy like makes him. He has to be still before he comes in because he gets real excited. And he's big and he's strong. And he lays down and he looks at me until I say his name, and then he starts crying. I'm like, Vinny! And he's like having a fit. Vinny has a fit. Oh my goodness. I think I'll write about Vinny. I'll write about Vinny for the July issue. Yeah. I'm gonna write about Vinny. I'm gonna write an article about Vinny. Vinny and how he loves the women. Vinny loves the women. He loves the boobies. He does. I give him his treats, and then he sits in front of me with his back towards me, and takes his face and rubs them in my boobs like that every time. He's like, "Oh, boobers." I think I think he is he's reincarnated booby club owner. Yeah, that's what I think Vinny is. Boobies. Rubs his nose in my boobs. And I saw Riley yesterday. Riley comes lumbering in. Oh, I was laying on my chair, my lounger thing, having cramps, and Riley comes in. He's all excited. He's like, "Hey, how you doing?" He's all wiggly. And I saw Oliver, and Oliver, he just looks at you real patient till you give him his treats. He's like, "Where's my treats?" And he's all sulky. Yeah. And the gal that was really into the paintings yesterday, she had a little dog. Her little dog was all like really into it. Got pets and scratches and cookies and yeah. Yeah, so and a lot of people had what 32 beings, people and dogs included. Ah, I got a scratchy or something on the side of my boob. It hurts. Yeah. So we'll see if anybody comes in on Easter Sunday and get some Easter bread. And I have homemade jam. I gotta take some butter. Butter and homemade jam. Butter. Mm, yeah. So I'll take the horseradish, the hot beaver horseradish sauce, and I think I have mustard. I have mustard there already at the gallery, I think. Pretty sure I have mustard for the eggs and Pascha, my fake sausages and Omar's real sausages. And yeah, have Easter at the gallery as a piece of performance art. Anyway, it's been a rough couple days. Omar and I had a fight the other day. It wasn't really a fight. It was just there's some stressful stuff dealing with his mother, some stressful stuff, and we had a difference of opinion, and we've come to an understanding, and anyway, got ugly. But whatever, shit happens, you know? I'm married almost 24 years. 24 years. 2 dozen. 2 packages of eggs. Wow. Maybe I'll save Teddy and Tanina for July. The story about Teddy and Tanina. Maybe I'll save it for July, because of couples. Maybe I'll do Vinny. I'll put Vinny in the June issue because he likes to talk. He likes boobs. Maybe I'll do that. I think that's a good idea. He's better suited. Because July's our anniversary month, and June is all about the fellas, and so Vinny and his booby loving would go well in that issue. I think that's what I'll do. I think it's what I'll do. So I'll work on that. I got pictures taken yesterday. The last 2 pictures that I was gonna have, that I was, had scheduled to take of guys modeling the jackets. So not all of the jackets got modeled. There's a couple jackets that did not get modeled, but that's okay. The idea is there, right? Like you see. So, and people have been looking at the jackets. I have this new rack. I have a new clothing rack. I think I'm going to get a couple more and take the clothing rack down that I made. It's on the wall and covering the window. And I think instead I can hang a couple more paintings over that window. Yeah. And have clothing racks on the floor. It's getting crowded in there. Yeah, but the jackets look real nice on the clothing rack. People come in and like, did somebody make these? I'm like, I made them. I made them. Yeah, somebody did. Me. I'm somebody. Yeah. Anyway. Resuscitó, resucitó, Alleluia, resucitó. Something like that. Anyway, happy Easter.